Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking here at ridiculous time, 7:47 on the 22nd of December. Just scratching my head wondering why I bothered getting out of bed this morning purely on the basis of these markets. And I've started off just looking at the euro here on this it's a 4-hourly time frame, and it really is the road to nowhere at the moment. Chris Rea would have probably been quite happy with singing about this. Let's just look at the news events first in terms of what we've got coming out today. I don't think we're going to be too busy watching these. This afternoon, 1:30, final GDP, the US. Generally, it doesn't really give us too much. It's all we've seen the prelims and everything else, and this is the final figure. It can fluctuate a little bit. Generally, it comes out on expectation. It's 0.1s, if anything. Generally, he says that it comes out of. So I'm not expecting too much reaction to that at 1:30. And the unemployment claims, well, they don't really at the moment do too much, so they're not a big focus. I'll just look at my other news service here just to see what there is in terms of speakers there, and there's absolutely nothing, so won't be worrying about any of those today. So let's get down and look at the technicals. And technically then, starting off with currencies, euro dollar, technically we're in a choppy old consolidated phase. Now there are opportunities on the short term, I guess, to make some money out of this, but generally even amongst that, there's a lot of time. Okay, the Asian sessions, but they're pretty dull. And when you come down and you look at this time frame, an hourly time frame, it's not particularly great. But it's a case of knowing when to trade it or not trade it. If we look at the pound here, then the pound is drifting off at the moment. Is the best description, I guess, of this. Drifting off to sleep, possibly. It's come away from this double top here, consolidating, but slight downward trend. It's beyond the point where I'd say we're still looking for the longs, and I'm sort of almost, the way this is dipping down, you just sit on this hourly thinking, well, if it breaks my trend line today, I'm really going to be looking for shorts only. So I'm not really looking at alongside this. However, it's trying its best. Maybe if it gets above that 50 60-minute 50, it will be back on for the previous highs, but the previous highs haven't been hit recently. They've fallen short each time, so just bear that in mind if you're trading that in that direction. Okay, US dollar yen. US dollar yen, well, consolidating again. It had a later move than everything else, but now it's just in that sort of consolidation phase. Now there is a reasonable phase to be had down. I've just had to change this to a 30-minute chart so I can see a decent chart. There we go. That big move down spot. What we can see, we've seen this is obviously this morning, so we've already seen a decent clean move there, and it might provide something later. I'm sort of looking to the downside, whether I'm looking at the right way. I think I am in terms of what's going on here. It's been corrected, and I think it's got more potential to that downside. Aussie dollar, the Aussie, it's overnight there. It's done a little kicker there, and is picking up. I had a trend on it, which that trend line got broken through the Asian session there. It's shorter time frame. Let's go to 60 minutes here. Shorter time frame, we've got higher lows kicking through. Here's it's higher low here, higher low, so it's been pushing through. It's missed its daily L1, pushing up there. It's got a bit more strength into this market. It might be because the minutes were seen, and they're looking at they need to do more increases. We'll see, but it has got a bit more kick in its step. However, to trade it today, it's going to be difficult. It's done as much range today as it did most of yesterday, so it sort of possibly run out of momentum. The CAD, well, let's come out to the CAD on the dailies, and you see it is slowly moving more positively. We saw the numbers coming out yesterday, high inflation data coming out yesterday, higher than expected. I think this might roll over some more. We could see the strength basically of the CAD here against the dollar continue a little bit, although it's quite ugly. The big money's been quite negative on the CAD for a while now, but maybe it'll start changing. But it's quite an ugly picture here. It's already taken a bit of a move. Whether we'll see much more coming of that, we'll have to have a look. But not from here is often the term I use. Right, let's switch markets and go across, have a look. We'll start off looking at gold as ever. So a bit on the commodity side. Well, daily gold really continue to be in that sort of up down sort of movement. As I said before, the way this has sort of gone up and it keeps on coming down so deeply, it looks like at some point it might roll over. We'll see, but at the moment it's still bullish there. It is, to be fair, consolidating around the highs as opposed to halfway down the candle, so possibly we'll eventually get a push through here. Whether it's before Christmas is another matter, and I wouldn't be putting my bets on it going before Christmas. Maybe through the Christmas period when no one's around trading, but for now, well, horrible and choppy. Okay, let's quick look. I'll look at spot crude. We are seeing, despite the sort of the comments coming from Biden in terms of releasing oil and putting pressure on other countries to do so as well, we are seeing the price of oil pushing back up again here, and quite a solid day up yesterday. I was looking to see if we got the short side sort of if it was going to come down in what was the sort of the bigger move, but this looks like now it's broken the highs, the previous highs. So once it's broken this high here, it's given us this broken that high, it's given us this confirmed this higher low, so we're more in a significant trend line to the upside now. So really we should be looking probably there's the current trend on this time frame anyway. This becomes needed to be deleted. There we go, let's get rid of that, and there we go. So there's the current trend on the admittedly on the 4 hourly time frame, but retracements, well, retracement to this pivot here might give us an opportunity on the buying side, but we'll see what happens. It is a later thing for me. Right, quick look through then the indices. The CSI 300 then still rolling over, just looking soft at the moment. This is sort of uncertainty maybe as we move towards Christmas. I was looking at the Christmas rally, Santa Claus rally yesterday, in terms of a bit of the history behind it, and I forget it's close to Christmas Eve sort of thing when it comes into play more so. So we'll see, but certainly not going over the Nikkei or the Nifty 50 at the moment. Nifty 50 coming off. It's been quite a disappointment. I was looking at it previously, as I said, and it looked like it's going to be more bullish, and in fact now it's confirmed lower highs, and it's looking well, certainly on the bearish side of things. Looking at the E-minis, and yes, we did get a bit of a rally yesterday, and well, this is the question: is can it hold on, and we start seeing a push up through. Now it's supposed to last about 5 to 7 days, the rally, when it starts occurring. Is it going to be there? End of year balancing, etc., may come through here. Dow Jones pushing up, looks quite bullish in terms of where it's going. If it starts pushing above these prior highs here, then well, yeah, it could be on for a decent run. It's not to be sniffed at sometimes, these events that happen, that they've sort of got like something like a 70 to 80% chance of actually happening. So well, we'll see what happens, but I'm looking at the Nasdaq on the short side of things. There's no point running down the time frames on this at the moment, but it's too early in the day. But they've all put these little pivot swings in, and to me they look a bit bullish. Moving close to home, the DAX, similar sort of movements. I will come down on this a little bit further. The one thing to bear in mind, it has just run into its daily pivot, and it's looking at what it does here, whether it's going to roll all the way over, or whether if it can retrace a little bit and then start pushing up again. That would be much more interesting. So that's what I'm looking at the moment. In fact, over the currencies at the moment, I'm looking at this. There's a daily pivot below, so it's the weekly pivot I'm referring to. It's running into here. That is a bit of a harder resistance point, the weekly pivot in general. So it's a close one here, and I'll watch it carefully. It could be that that gives us enough action to get back to that daily. Okay, and finally, let's look at the FTSE then. FTSE, good old solid day yesterday. If you're looking for the rally days, well, this is where it sort of happens, it seems, and it's picked up. It's starting off on that road at the moment. It's consolidating around the highs here. It's showing it wants to possibly break through as the cash market opens in a short while. A couple of minutes time, it'll be interesting to see if we can get the push through there. But generally, these US and European markets look like they've got a bit of potential. Maybe they will finish off with a bit of a buzz in their step. Okay, that's pretty much it for me today. I don't think I'm going to be trading a lot, and as I keep on saying, staying in cash, staying with your money just in the bank is a position. So sometimes it's the best place to be when it's choppy like this. Anyway, wish you a great day's trading, and catch you early tomorrow. Bye for now.